Hi everybody, I'm Mark Wallace, and in today's video, I want to take a deeper dive into Evoto 7.0. It's the latest major release, and there are a ton of new features. Specifically, today we're going to be talking about AI Lab and some of the ways that you can remove objects that are distracting in your images, as well as some hidden features for fixing up the background. So let's hop into Evoto right now. We've known forever that we can take an image that looks like this, and we can just click distractions removal and clean that up. That works fantastic if you're shooting on a solid background or a cyclorama, something like that. But scenic photographers, street photographers, they've sort of been left out. In fact, let's hop back into Evoto and let me show you how powerful this feature is if you're not familiar with it. So we've got DJ Noma here that I shot. And if I click distractions removal and say, hey, this has distractions in it, poof, those people go away. I can clean up the background. I can even unify the lighting by saying that's a solid background. So by pressing the space key, that's before, that's after. That is a fantastic feature that we've come to love. But what about those other instances where we're shooting scenics or out on the street and we need to remove things that are in the way? So that's why we have this new feature called AI Lab. So we hop back into Evoto. I'm going to click on this street photo of this guy here in Buenos Aires. And what I want to do is I want to get rid of the person and this barrier over here on the right. And so I can do that by clicking AI Lab. Now, AI Lab has a couple of new features here. So it's got people remove, that's for removing people, and smart remove for removing objects. Now you would think in this instance right here, we would use people remove to get rid of the guy. But the man is facing away from the camera, so we can't see its face, and so Evoto is not going to know that that is a person. So in this instance, we're going to use smart removal. So I'm going to click on this, and so what I have here are two options. We have the magic removal and the quick removal. Magic removal is a little bit more accurate, and so I'm going to get a brush, and then I'm just going to brush over this guy here and say this is the thing I want to get rid of. Now notice a couple of things. Behind this guy is a tree and a car. And if I click on this, remove, by the way, this is telling me that this is going to take half a credit. So AI Lab will charge you extra credits. So it doesn't include the normal credit charge. It's a little bit more than normal usage. And so before you do this, it's always going to give you a little hint that says, this is how much this is costing. For this, it's going to cost me 1/2 of a credit. So I'm going to click remove. It's going to go and think about this. And now we have this image with no guy. That is insane. So if I zip back over here, you can see that the guy has been removed. We have a car there and a tree where there used to not be one. And so I'm going to click save on that. Now, the other thing I can do is go in, I want to remove that little barrier down in the lower right-hand corner. So again, I'm going to click on smart removal. Now I could have done this all at the same time, but for me, I get better results if I do large objects independent of each other. Notice again, this is going to charge me another half credit. And so this would be 1 credit in total that I've spent here. So I'm going to click on remove. Again, it's going to go and think about what it needs to do. It needs to replace all of those bricks and do some generative fill. And it's done. So notice we have this area here that is seamlessly finished. Then I'm just going to click save. And then I'm going to click apply. And it's going to ask me if I want to keep this as one image or create a new copy. I want to create a new copy because I want to have a non-destructive edit. I want to have 2 different versions if I want to go back or change things or do something in the future. So let's hop back in here. I'm going to create a new copy. I'll hit OK. And look at this. Here is the before and the after. That's insane. So we have added a car and a tree and tracks and bricks and all kinds of stuff. So there is now generative fill in Evoto. Let's look at something else. That is the people remove tool. This is sort of mind-blowing. In Evoto over here, I'm going to go to this image here. And so I want to have this person here in this museum. I want to remove her. And also, if we look at the floor here, we've got a shadow, we've got this square. And so I want to clean all of that stuff up. I just want to have the car and get rid of all of those distractions. So let's hop in. I'm going to go and click on the AI Lab. I'm clicking on that. I'm going to click people removal. So it's going to go in. Notice it detects the person automatically. So then I just say generate. And again, it's going to cost me 1/3 of a credit. So this depends on how much fill you're doing, how big the object is. But I'm going to let that figure out what it needs to do. And bammo, that person has been removed. Now for people removal, there's something that's not so obvious. We get some choices of how that background is replaced. If we go back here, you can see we have some results. We have 2 different versions to choose from. So I can click on the first one, see what that looks like back here, click on the second one. And I think the first one does a little bit better job. It's adding in, actually, no, I like the second one. This is adding a fake plaque. I don't like that. So I'm going to just go with this second one here. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to click save on that. I still have this floor I need to clean up. So for that, I'm going to use smart removal. So we've used that before, and I'm just going to paint over that. Bloop. And I'm going to hit remove, and it's going to go in and think about what it needs to do. And it's done. The crazy thing about this, let's look at the floor. If you can see on the floor down here, notice that the reflection of the wheel is still there. The shadow, all that stuff that we had before, it's still there. And so it's not just doing a healing brush. It's actually looking at all the stuff around it, doing some generative fill and replacing that. It is pretty impressive. Now that that's done, what I can do is again, go down here and click save and apply. It's going to ask me again if I want to create a second copy. I'm going to say yes. And so now what I can do is I can look at before and after. That is pretty impressive. I have a totally different photo. What about more complicated images where we've got people hidden around and we need to do some generative fill? I've got the perfect image for that. This is a cathedral, and it's got some people all over the place. So it's got people down here. It's got an altar with people at it. So I wanted to shoot this with an empty cathedral, but of course they were doing services, and so I couldn't just ask people to leave. So let's go again to AI Lab, and let's go to people removal. It's going to look for people. It's found them. It's highlighted them. And then I'm going to say generate. It's going to remove the people, and it's going to zip in there and replace those with generative fill. And it's done. Now look at this. This is pretty crazy. You can see here that we have the people before and after. I can do different versions of this to see exactly what I want. Now the thing I want is, I think I want to leave the people at the altar and just remove the people that were in the pews. How do you do that? Well, it's really easy. You can just go in and brush on and off what you want the people removal to affect. So I can go in here and I'm going to go to this manual tuning right here. I'm going to click the eraser and I'm going to tell it, don't fix these people here. Leave those guys alone. I'm going to generate. It will go in. It's going to redo this, but it's going to leave that area all alone. There we have it. We've got all the people in the pews and then the sidelines gone, but the people at the altar, they are there. And I have different versions so I can see which one is the best. And I'm just going to go here and say this one right here is good. And then I will go down here on the very bottom of this and I will click save. And then I'm going to apply that. Again, I'm going to create a new copy. Okay. And now take a look. We have the before with all the people and after with all of those people gone. The generative fill is amazing. So that's AI Lab. You can remove objects and distractions or people. You can fine tune and you are in total control. I want to go back though. There are a couple of little hidden features. And so let's go back into Evoto, back to this image that we were working on earlier. Now, if I go into the background of this, what I want to do is I want to change the color. But notice I shot this with some gels. So if we look at her face, you can see that we have this orange highlight on the headphones, and that orange gel is showing up on her shoulder, on her arm, on her neck, on her cheek. And so I want to make this background look like it was also orange. So if I go in here And I'll change this. I'll go to the background changer. I want to put some color to that. There isn't an orange that matches that. And so this is one of those things that people have been asking for Evoto to fix for a long time, to give us more color choices. And so now what we can do is we can go back here, say solid color, and now we have a color picker. And so I can grab this little eyedropper. I can go in, I'm going to go to this color right here, click on that. And now look, that matches. And I can do that as many times as I want. I can get this little eye picker here, make it a little bit more saturated. I can move this around. I can get the exact color that I want. And so my image looks exactly the way I want it to look. A little tiny hidden thing that makes a huge, huge difference. There's one other feature that's sort of hidden in here that I want to show you. So let's go back to this image. This is an image that was shot, and I don't know what camera was used. And so we've got, I think it's maybe an iPhone, something like that, in a gallery, and you can see that things are sort of wonky, and I want to fix this. So in my normal adjustments, my color adjustments, I can go in here and we do have transform corrections and we have lens corrections. So let's go and turn on lens corrections. Notice it doesn't have a profile because it doesn't know what lens this is. I don't know either. I don't remember. So I can go in to manual and then I can go in and try to fix this distortion manually. That looks pretty close, but it's still crooked. So now we can go in here and do some transform corrections, vertical, horizontal, we can rotate, all that kind of stuff. And we can do that with guides. So the guides are great. So you can say this and this line that are converging need to be horizontal or vertical. And I can tell it exactly what is vertical and what is horizontal. And so I'll do that by clicking on this little keystone pin right here. I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to zoom into this image. I'm going to click on the edge, so I know that should be horizontal. I'm going to click on another one. So we need two lines so it knows what's horizontal. And then I'm going to do two lines for vertical. So I'm going to click that, and I can always adjust this if I get it a little bit wrong. I'm going to click and drag that, and then that looks good. I'll go back to fit, turn off those guides, and notice how we have corrected our skew. So that distortion that we had is all fixed. There are a ton of features that are hidden in Evoto 7.0. We don't have time to go into everything today, but I've got another video coming right after this one to talk to you about some of the new AI color corrections and how you can train Evoto to follow your specific style. So if you haven't already, make sure you click like and subscribe, turn on the bell to get notifications to see all of the new Evoto tutorials. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, if you want to save up to 20% on Evoto, use my discount code EvotoMarkWallace, and you can use that as many times as you want to save up to 20%. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you again next time.